Hi BCC family, it's Pastor Phil here. Hey, this last week I had the chance to be out in Chicago at the Covenant Midwinter Conference. I had a really encouraging word from a lady named Danielle Strickland based on Paul's shipwreck story in Acts 27. As Paul was heading out, he had plans. He was heading to Rome. He really thought that that's where he could make the most impact for the church. And yet he faced disruption. This intense storm came up. The ship was destroyed and he washed ashore on the remote island of Malta. In that story, I think there's an encouraging word for us. We too have faced a lot of disruption this past few months, past 2 years really, and it's sometimes in those seasons discouraging, and the plans we had are disrupted. The ships we've relied on sometimes break down. The hope in this story, though, is that we see that God is still very present. He is providing for Paul and his shipmates, and ministry is still happening in the disruption. My encouragement to us is to continue to have eyes to see and ears to hear the way God is at work as we face continued setbacks with COVID, and I know many of you have been sick recently. I want us to pause again as we look at this newsletter Together in Mission this month to tell some stories of where we see God at work. You're going to have a chance to hear from Stephen Shedderly as he shares the way God has been at work in a very disruptive circumstance with the fall of Afghanistan. He's going to share some stories of how we've had the chance to welcome some of our first arrivals through the refugee program. Pastor Jeff shares some updates about how he's continuing to walk alongside and disciple our teenagers through this time. You'll also hear about some ways that you can stay connected and plug into ministry here in this next month. So bless you as we continue together in mission together. Let's look for where God is at, even in the disruptions and the detours. God bless.